What's going on? It's your Counsel Poly Rob. Welcome to another episode of the Poly Rob Podcast. I appreciate everybody showing love. Make sure you like and subscribe. And all the information on how to support my channel is right there below. You can go ahead and check it out. Before we start this episode, I would like to do something I'm going to start doing new for every episode, which is shout out my last 5 subscribers on my channel, you know what I'm saying, before I start the episode. So I appreciate T Rizzo, you know what I'm saying. I appreciate Unique Ross. Shout out to Sir Nuccio. Shout out to Mac 910, and shout out to Leo Hopkins. You know what I'm saying? Those are my last 5 subscribers. I appreciate y'all. So I'm gonna make sure I keep shouting out all my last 5 subscribers. You know what I mean? Now, finally, a legendary group from Cleveland, Ohio, gets their just deserve. And I'm not talking about any just deserve. I'm talking about an exclusive, well-needed, well-deserved hip-hop Hollywood Walk of Fame for Bone Thugs and Harmony. Give it up for Bone Thugs and Harmony, man. They just received their Hollywood Walk of Fame. You know what I mean? The members, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Lazy Bone, Crazy Bone, Wishbone, Busy Bone, and Flesh and Bone. You know what I'm saying? Rap group, legendary from Cleveland, Ohio. You know what I'm saying? That was trailblazing the industry when they dropped on the scene, and they've been delivering stellar music ever since. You know what I'm saying? Group was discovered by Eazy-E. Shout out to Eazy-E, rest his soul. And man, this is so well deserved, man. This is so well deserved. I mean, it was a shock to me because I didn't know that it was happening. Usually, when we get someone that's going to be awarded the Hollywood Walk of Fame, we'll know about probably like a week in advance, so we can at least attend. I would say at least at least the media that needs to be there. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, I'm glad it happened. I'm glad it happened because I am definitely a Bone Thugs and Harmony fan. That is for sure. You know what I mean? And I'm a fan of that style. And I'm not saying that they completely started the fast rap style, but they did pioneer that style in terms of the world seeing it, the world being able to enjoy that style, that fast rap harmony type of flavor. Because it wasn't just about fast rap. It was also the harmonies, like the group singing in harmony, like the name, Bone Thugs and Harmony. You know what I'm saying? And I love the fact that they made music that had, it was a twist, because a lot of people used to say that they were the 666 worshipers or whatever, you know what I mean? But they were just explaining the things that was happening in their neighborhood and how fierce you had to be in order to survive in Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? They blocked St. Clair and many other streets just like it, you know what I mean? But they did it in such a way where it was very melodic. It was very captivating, you know what I'm saying? And that was dope. You know what I'm saying? They started off, well, the first time that I heard them was, I'm pretty sure the first time everybody heard them, which was Thuggish Ruggish Bone. You know what I'm saying? When that hit the airwaves, when that hit the box, I don't know if y'all familiar with the box, you know what I'm saying? I used to watch that on the box. They used to, call in the number and request that music video. You know what I mean? And the video was fire. You know what I'm saying? The video was fire. And it was just fast rapping energy. You know, they got lokes on. They got big T-shirts. They got braids. You know what I mean? And it was just like, yo, who is these dudes ripping? And they not... It's fire, and you can understand what they're saying. This is fast rap, but you can still understand what they're actually saying, which was a great thing. You know what I mean? I love that And then at the same time, you know, we know Eazy-E from NWA, you know what I'm saying? Real Compton City G's. We know him for making, great music. We didn't know how he would translate into more of a label owner and a manager, but I would say that Bone Thugs and Harmony was his first hit group coming from, Ruthless Records. That was his first hit group. You know what I mean? I mean, some would say that's probably his only hit group. You know what I mean? Because of course his untimely passing, but Bone spread like wildfire. Wildfire. Come on, man. That Creeping on the Come Up album. Oh my God. It was crazy. The one thing I can say is the Bone Thugs and Harmony era was insane. Not only did you have groups trying to, come out after Bone, but it was like, yo, the records that was putting together, being a part of soundtracks, you know what I'm saying, dropping records on soundtracks, doing an album almost, I would say, well, the first two albums came like probably a year and a half in between each other, you know what I'm saying? And they had some records like For the Love of Money was a smash. For the Love of Money was a smash. You know what I'm saying? Even though at first when I listened to Eazy-E's verse, I didn't like it because his verse was super slow and they was rapping super fast. And I was like, come on, man, why you do this verse? But as time passed by, the verse fit. Standing on the corner street slanging. Hey, shout out to Eazy for that verse, man. Hey, my bad. I didn't like it at first, but I love it now. Shout out to Eazy for that verse. But for the Love of Money was an anthem. The same way Cream was an anthem for Wu-Tang is the same way, For the Love of Money was an anthem for Bone Thugs. And, at that time, I'm transitioning from the East Coast to the West Coast, but I'm hearing it in both places. It's going up in both places. Like, it was insane. Man, every artist had their own individual style. I would also say this about Wu-Tang and Outkast. Every member, a part of Bone Thugs and Harmony, had their own approach, their own style. Crazy Bone was very, very melodic, so many flavors. He would be on the hooks most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Lazy Bone had like a fast stop and start type of style. You know what I'm saying? He had a nice little undertone that his voice wasn't too high, it wasn't too low. Crazy Bone, his voice was a little bit more softer. Lazy Bone was a little bit more aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Wishbone was the super aggressive, rap style. You know what I'm saying? His voice was very, very like a baritone. It was aggressive. He would always say some of the craziest, the craziest lines. You know what I'm saying? Catch you slipping on a nigga, then I pop ya, pop, 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 pop. Listen, I got a whole playlist of my favorite Bone Thugs and Harmony songs. You know what I mean? Busy Bone, the softest voice of the group. You would call Busy Bone the glue. Busy was the glue because his voice and his tone and the way he rapped kind of put everything together. It like meshed everything together, all flavors. You know what I'm saying? And I used to listen to so many Bone songs just to hear Busy's verse of how he was going to approach it. I think everybody had their favorite Bone Thugs and Harmony member. Put it in the comments who was your favorite Bone Thugs and Harmony member and put why. Put it in the comments. Let's talk about that. I think Busy Bone was my favorite. And then I think Crazy. You know what I'm saying? But it was just so many records. Then when you get to East 99 Eternal, I think that's probably one of the top. I would call it one of the top 25 records ever. If it was up to me, I would call that. I'm talking about cohesiveness of an album. Like actually making an album and making it cohesive to the energy of what the album is about, what the group is about, the songs that they need on the album. I think that's probably one of the best put together albums we will ever hear in our lifetime. We will ever hear in our lifetime. I promise you. From the beginning of that album with the skits all the way to the end, there was not one record you would skip. The only record you'll probably skip on that album, East 99 Eternal, is probably nope, you wouldn't skip Bud Smokers Only. You wouldn't skip that because everybody that listen to Bone, they somehow smoke weed. No, you wouldn't skip nothing. You wouldn't skip nothing. At the end of the day, Bone Thugs had an incredible run, and they still make dope music still to this day. If I'm not mistaken, I think they might be coming out with another album. I heard rumblings of them being back in the studio. So y'all just won the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Well deserved. Why not give us another album, man? Y'all did it. Y'all reached the pinnacle of music history, Hollywood history. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if they're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but they need to be in there for sure. Just like Wu-Tang is in the Hall of Fame, and they need a Hollywood Walk of Fame as well, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. You know what I'm saying, about Bone Thugs being in the Hollywood Walk of Fame, because that is well deserved. And I'm so proud of them. Matter of fact, I'm going to put a link in the description of the playlist that I have for Bone Thugs. I'm going to share it with y'all, you know what I'm saying, and to share it with somebody else that's a Bone fan. You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all listening. Thank y'all for checking me out. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for always subscribing and always showing love. Until next time, workload.